All right, so chapter 14, part 2, we got technology working, did a wardrobe change, haha, funny, funny. So, this was the green rooftops we were talking about, all right? So, right here, you've got these really pretty gardens, some of them, right? They're actually doing, producing food, you've got urban wildlife, you've got birds, you've got butterflies, all these insects coming in, so you've got pollinators, which is helping with the production of food, you've got the clean air coming in, and you really see the temperature change. So that's the outside air temperature, that's the first bar graph. Then you've got room temperature with straight rooftops, no green roofs. And then the room temperature with the green rooftop. And you see that drastic change. I mean, here you're going from about 24 degrees Celsius down to 16. That's an 8-degree drop. That's at 8 a.m. So hottest part of the day, let's jump to 3 o'clock. Okay, here we're at 39, almost 40 degrees. And here you're looking at 32, so 7-degree drop. That's huge, you guys, 7 degrees less. Just because of putting some greenery on top, better for the environment, better for the building, because there's less stress in the building itself, because that's not gonna be good for the material of the roof, right, and the whole rest of the building to get that high. So it's just good for everybody. So really, really cool. So I just wanted to see it, because I know yesterday we had just black and white photos, so I wanted to make sure that you could see them in color. All right. 3 colors, 3 questions. I've already had somebody turn in chapter 14 notes. Not that it's a rush, but it's very sweet to have somebody do that. All right, so harvested for wood, that's going to be your forest lands. Ooh, I like that orange. Man, that orange pops. Harvested for wood, that's your lumber, your paper, some of the things that we need. Obviously, toilet paper, right, we're short of. But also, don't just think of paper products. The cell phone that I'm using right now to record for you guys, that right there actually has a lot of uses from paper. The cellulose that's found in the cell wall is actually really important use in the screen for our cell phones. There's a lot of other sources. If you want to Google some of the sources of paper, it's really kind of crazy. You'd be surprised. Obviously, it's going to remove the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere in order to go through the process of photosynthesis for the plants, which produces oxygen for us. Yay! Right? Now, when the trees are harvested, there's 2 ways for these trees to be harvested. They can be clear cutted, that's where they cut all the trees in a given area, or they can have selective cutting. I'm going to show you that in just a second. The 2 pictures explain that better, all right? Selective cutting is where you only take middle-aged or mature trees, leaving behind the younger ones so that they have a chance to grow and be more mature, which also helps out the wildlife in that area, and helps the environment out as well. The highest rate of this cutting of the trees is occurring obviously in the tropical rainforest, right? So one way to fix clear cutting is to replant them. So reforestation is a way to fix this. Oh, by the way, with the clear cutting, we're having a huge problem in reduction in wildlife and soil erosion, because if we don't have the trees there, then the root system is not there to keep the soil in place, and that was one of the things that really led to the Dust Bowl. Because the trees weren't there, you had overgrazing from the cattle, so the plants were taken out. We had farming habits that weren't really good because we didn't know any better at the time, and then we had a huge drought. All that together led to, unfortunately, the perfect storm for the Dust Bowl. Okay, another type of land that we have are park and preserves. Land set aside for the public to use. Wilderness is an area where the land and ecosystem it supports are protected from all exploitations. The benefits of having these parks and preserves: it protects species from extinction, preserves habitat, supports recreation, research, and outdoor education. The threats to them, though, obviously is overcrowding, because we don't have a lot of them, unfortunately. Close enough to urban areas that sometimes are getting affected. And Yellowstone was actually the very first national park. We're going to talk about, we're going to do an activity with the national parks in a little bit, all right? It's something fun. I want you guys to get to do something fun. So, I'm going to erase, and we're going to go back to those last 2 slides real quick. clear cutting and selective cutting. So clear cutting is what we're seeing happening a lot in our area of Yulee, right? Where they're developing, right? All the trees are getting cut in. So that's going to cause a lot of soil erosion. You don't have any wildlife habitat being protected. So that's why you see an increase in wildlife coming out, as we've been all talking about even before spring break, right? Here with the selective cutting, right? You've cut, you see the trunks that have been cut, but then you see a lot of these younger trees that are left behind. So those root systems are there to protect the soil, keep it in place, and then you've also have protection for the animals, protection for other plants. This is a better system, okay? But sometimes it's not possible. So, unfortunately, we're trying to get better about this. And then here's a picture showing all the national parks we have throughout the United States. There's also state parks, but these are just the national parks. Obviously, we've got the Everglades and Big Cypress right here in Florida, Great Smokies, you got Shenandoah, Big Bend, Grand Canyon, Death Valley, Yosemite, Sequoia, Glacier, Yellowstone. Remember, Yellowstone was the very first one. Olympic, and the Hawaiian volcanoes, Denali, Gates of the Arctic, just a lot of really cool ones. And we're going to do an activity with this as well. I think you guys will get a kick out of it, okay? All right, and that's it for chapter 14.